Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Bill,
So yeah, I wanted
are you
to.
at least 18 and are you a theist?
Yes.
Fantastic. What would be your most convincing argument or evidence for why your particular God is real?
Um, I would say intelligent creation.
Oh boy.
Um,
We literally just
so
did this one. We can do it again.
yeah, I mean, we can get into it, but I just think abiogenesis it doesn't have any basis. Like according to scientific method, you would need to either observe it or be able to recreate it.
Yeah, but
And thus
that's
far,
not
we
related to
haven't done
the
that.
to argument that you just brought up. You brought up two arguments. So which one do you want to run?
I actually want to address earlier question you had about the natural disasters.
Okay, so a third topic. Fantastic. Mac, thank you
Yeah.
so much for the hearts. W Mac, thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, just transparently answering your questions. I brought up those two, but
I mean,
really, I want to talk about the natural
we can talk about
disasters.
anything you want to, but we can only do it one at a time. Mac, thank you so
Okay.
much for all the hearts. W Mac.
So, what was your question pertaining to those natural disasters?
All right, we'll start easy. Did God create the earth?
Yes.
Did God know ahead of time when he was going to create the earth that there would be natural disasters?
I believe he knew it was a possibility.
So God's not all knowing.
He is all knowing, but there's also the concept of free will,
Thank you so
which
much,
is
Mac.
the choice
We
that
hit
people
your
have.
goal again. Time to set a new one.
Yeah, W
So,
Mac. I really appreciate that, Mac.
so to understand this, you would have to go back to Genesis.
I understand all of it. So you're missing my point. Either God is all knowing or he's not. He can't know some things and still be all knowing. So he either knew ahead of time that natural disasters would occur or he didn't.
Okay, what did
Thank you,
Genesis
JB.
say about
JYB, I appreciate that.
Cain killing his brother? Are you aware of that?
Yeah, God asked a number of rhetorical questions in the book of Genesis. This actually feeds into my point. I actually don't believe the God of Genesis and Exodus is all knowing. The problem is we have other Bible passages where God clearly is all knowing. So the Bible contradicts itself there. So
I think so. If you what he said to Cain was, he said, "Sin is crouching at your doorstep. Will you get the hang of it?" And I believe this
get
is
the
a
hang of it.
choice. Yeah, I believe.
It says sin is crouching at your door and is waiting to overtake you.
And while you speak up, I'm going to take advantage. I'm watching the update right now. Our curfew is 8 p.m. So, yeah, he's definitely coming through tonight. We're getting the eye. It's coming straight through us all the way up to St. Augustine. So,
Yeah,
just thought I should let you
that
know.
hurricane's
Thank
going to
you,
be
Mac,
for
for
real.
the dragon. Yeah.
W Mac. Where we lost the Lord took him. He's already gone. That didn't take very long. There you go. We got him back.
Are you ready to continue the conversation?
Yeah, yeah. Welcome back. So I guess the question we're trying to nail down right now is whether or not God is all knowing.
Yeah. So Genesis 4:6, it says in my translation, sin is crouching at the doorstep, waiting to dominate you. Will you get mastery over it? So this is a question that is put in the hands of Cain. Like he has a choice, and this goes with the free will that God gave to either give into the sin and go about the route that he did, or he can get the mastery over it and go about a different route. And I think this is highlighted many times throughout both the Old and New Testament
That
that
has
we do
nothing
have
to
the
do with what
choice.
we're talking about. We're trying to figure out if God is all
But
knowing.
you're talking about all knowing, like in terms of one linear path. But he is all knowing in that he knows the outcome of whatever choice we're going to make. We still have the ability to make the choice. So if you decide to
I'm
do X, he
It's
knows, okay,
very
this is going to be
easy.
the
It's a
outcome.
yes or no question. Does God know all things?
Yes, he knows all things. You still
Easy,
have the choice.
fantastic. It's not about free will. We're not talking about free will.
It is though,
We're
because
merely, Bill, take a deep
they're
breath. I need you to actually take a deep breath and engage in the topic. Before we can do anything, we need to determine if God is actually all knowing. We're not talking about free will. Okay, so easy enough. God is all knowing. We can put that one aside now. Did God create the earth? You already agreed that he did, right?
Yes.
Okay, so did God know that the earth would have tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and other natural disasters?
He knew it was a possibility.
He knew it would happen.
He knew it was a possibility to happen.
He knew it would happen because he created it.
So when he created Earth, he gave dominion of Earth to men. Okay? And when Adam and Eve chose to sin, he said, on account of you, the ground is cursed and it will produce thorns and thistles.
Yes, I know. Did God design the earth in a way in which it would have natural disasters?
Bill, did he design it to produce?
Bill, I need you to focus. Super easy question. Thank you so much, Mac. Big W for Mac. I appreciate the hell out of you. Did God design the earth after the fall in a way in which natural disasters would be a thing? Thank you, Mac. Mac making it rain
Tracy.
up in here.
Thank you, Parker, for the Cash Apps and Venmos. Thank you, guys.
Bill, you're muted, my man. Yeah, Chris, did hurricanes only start 6,000 years ago? No, natural disasters have been around for a long time. We have evidence of volcanoes millions of years ago. Millions of years ago. In fact, there's a volcano map that you can get by date. Let me see if I can find it. I should have downloaded it so I would always have it with me. Let's see. Here we go. It's published by nature.com. Let me pull it up. Of course, it's tiny on the website. Let me see if I can make it bigger. No, I can't make it bigger. Oh, Bill, we're back. Fantastic. Bill, did you hear my question?
What was your last question?
Right. After the fall, did God design the earth or change the earth or modify the earth in a way in which natural disasters would be a thing?
Yes, the ground was cursed on account of Adam.
Okay, fantastic. Did God have to make the earth in a way in which natural disasters would be a thing?
No, and he didn't.
So it was a choice.
It was a choice on Adam's part. Yes.
Wrong. We'll try this again. Who designed the earth and everything in it?
God designed the earth.
Okay, did Adam design the earth?
Dominion over it.
Did Adam design the earth?
Listen, when you
did Adam design the earth?
Okay, let's put it like this.
Did Adam design the earth?
Did God design the house?
I'm going to ask you a million times. Did Adam design the earth or did God?
God designed the earth and gave.
Fantastic. Did Adam create natural disasters or did God?
Intellectually dishonest to try
Bill,
to
you're being an absolute coward, and I need you to actually engage in the dialogue.
You're trying to create a false dichotomy.
I'm not. So we'll just make this really easy. So Adam and Eve sinned. God is under no compulsion to do anything after their sin. His decision to create natural disasters after their fall was his decision. So nobody is responsible for natural disasters other than the one who created them.
Based on how you feel?
No, based on your religion. God decided what the consequences of the fall were. Did he not?
Okay, so if we're going to go off my religion,
did God decide what the consequences of the fall would be?
What does Scripture say about it?
I'm asking you, did God design the consequences of the fall?
Yes.
Okay, did anyone force him to do it?
Force him to what?
Was God forced to curse the earth in a way in which natural disasters would exist?
I would say yes.
Who forced God to do it?
So God, as is how outlined in the Old Testament, is holy and he does not change.
I asked for a who. Who forced God to do it?
The nature of God forces him to do it.
What about the nature? What about the nature of God requires him to make natural disasters?
He cannot go back on his word. So when he
says, what was his word?
The consequence when he gives dominion to Adam and he says, this is the consequence of doing this, the consequence of that has to happen.
All right, show me in the
yes.
Bible where God said the consequence of you disobeying me is going to be that natural disasters would exist. And he's teacupped. They literally just make it up as they go. They're just doing gymnastics. They're in the free form, the free for all routine, just throwing balls in the air and streamers behind them.
Genesis 3.
All right. If Genesis 3 doesn't say anything about natural disasters before they sinned, you're going to get really embarrassed, because as it turns out, the curse of Genesis 3:18 has nothing to do with what they were told before they sinned, and has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So we're going now to the effect of the sin, which was the curse that God created. It says, thorns and thistles it shall bring for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field, which doesn't fix your problem. So show me in the Bible where God warned them ahead of time that if they disobeyed, he was going to create natural disasters, volcanoes, earthquakes, and hurricanes.
That's what thorns and thistles is.
Show me in the Bible where he told them
it's
ahead of time this was going to happen, because that was your claim. You said that God warned them ahead of time that this would happen, and they sinned and chose to do it anyways. So show me in the Bible where they were warned about this.
It's back at the beginning of Genesis.
All right, book chat. Well, we already know the book. Give me the spot in Genesis where God warned that if they disobeyed, he was going to make it so natural disasters kill 100,000 people a year. It's not there. He's going to be teacup for a while.
Yep.
The only thing Adam and Eve were ever warned about, ever, was that if they ate of the tree, then they would die. And the day that you eat of it, you will die.
Right.
Okay, so they were never told that if you eat of this fruit,
hold on.
I'm
So
going
when you
to
say-
recreate
when
the
you-
world in which it's going to have natural disasters, and
so you're talking
I'm going
about, like,
I'm going to torment humanity for the rest of time with natural disasters. I want to see that verse, because you told me that verse existed.
hold on, that's not true either. It's not for the rest of time.
Okay,
like,
so
very clear about that.
God made an executive decision after they ate the fruit to make natural disasters. That was his decision, yes or no?
Your question was, where does it say that
Bill, yes
hundreds of
yes
thousands
or
of people
no?
would die from natural disasters?
Bill.
It clearly outlines that
Bill.
people would die if they
Bill,
ate. Now you're talking about
you're
methodology
running.
there.
Bill, stop being a coward
That's not
and
running.
engage in the conversation. This doesn't look good for you. So I want to know why God decided to make natural disasters after they sinned. Why did he do it?
He did not decide to do it. He gave dominion of earth to
Okay,
man.
so show me in
And
the
man's
Bible where it says
decisions
that
led
God.
to it.
Show me in the Bible where it says that Adam made nature.
It's not about what you made. Did you?
Okay, we'll try this
If
from
you-
the top
here,
then, Bill. We'll do this one more time, Bill. Who made nature and the way nature behaves? Who did it?
Who made your house?
Bill, we're talking about nature. I need you
No,
to
hold
stop
on.
it.
You asked questions this whole time.
I need you to be honest for once and stop dodging the question.
Your house is dirty after.
Who made nature and the way nature works?
You're clearly not interested in.
Bill, you're clearly not honest. Who made nature and the way that nature works?
If you want to have an actual discussion, then we.
Bill, I need you to stay on point and stop crying. Who
Answer
made
the question.
nature and the way that nature works?
Because simple questions are so hard from him. From my standpoint, Justin, Mother Gaia.
Yeah, I know it.
Gaia.
It's so
Sure.
easy. Every theist in the world knows exactly the answer to this question. The person responsible for nature is always the one who designed nature. And in your case, it's God, the Bible God. I don't know why you're running from it. Just own it. Just say God did it.
Do you actually want an answer, or are you going to keep muting?
I want you to answer my question and stop running from it. Who created
I'll answer
nature?
this. I will
Who
answer this
created
question.
nature
You
and
agree
who
with my
created
question.
nature and the way that
Not
nature
fair.
works?
I will answer this question if you answer my question.
Bill,
after.
you're on my live. You don't give me ultimatums. So
Okay,
who
well,
created
no,
nature and the way that nature works?
False dichotomies.
Who created nature and the way that nature works? This is your last chance.
Also, thank you, Dagda, for all the roses to host, all the gifts to me as well. And Justin, go ahead and change your
You won't even
live
let me
goal.
speak as this live is saying. Like,
I'm
But you're not
asking you to
answering the
answer the
question.
question.
yeah, I will answer if you answer my question after. Otherwise, it's not.
We're going to
conversation
finish
at
the
all.
we're going to finish the logical conversation about natural disasters, and then you can pivot to any topic you want.
No, I'm not pivoting. I'm trying to.
You are.
answer
I need you
your
to stop
question,
pivoting,
but it
and I need you to
it
stay
requires
focused. And Bill, I
more
don't know
than
if you
just-
know this, Bill, but my mic is louder than yours. Every time you talk while I'm talking, my mic is at least 30% louder than yours. On YouTube, no one can hear a damn word you're saying. You're going to be saved on YouTube talking while I'm talking for the rest of eternity, and no one's going to hear a word that you're saying. So if you want to have an actual conversation, I suspect you actually have a rational dialogue like a human being and stop trying to talk over me, because it won't work. My mic is louder than yours, and I did it on purpose. So please answer my question. Who
You
created
ask me the question,
nature?
and when I respond, you say it's talking.
Who created nature, and who designed the way nature works?
He asked this question 10 times. The fact that I was able to answer it with my deities shows that you don't like hearing hard questions that are actually simple.
Yeah, the chat already knows it. Bill's
The
incapable
question is
of
simple.
answering.
I've already answered it.
Okay, so you're going to run from it. Fantastic. All right, let's get an adult in the box and see if we can get any further.